It wasn't 9.78 this time, but 9.79. And this was insane. And how did he do it? Let's jet into this story. Welcome to Jet. So first and foremost, before we get into what was the motivating factor why Kenny Bednarek is running such fast times, give thanks to Yahweh and to Yahushua. Yes, man. With the launch of Michael Johnson Grand Slam track, we've seen how much money can motivate anyone. In the shadows, Kenny Bednarek and Melissa Jefferson, although fast, now they're on top, and now they are winning, and now they are prospectively looking to take major titles. And this was all down to Grand Slam track motivator. It was one of the best track events that came out in this year, and perhaps for a generation. Of course, there are issues with finance where investors have pulled out, but Mr. Johnson assured every athlete that they'll be paid. This was what motivated Kenny Bednarek to have won 3 Grand Slam track events with some fast times. And it is no surprise how he came out last night at the USATF Championships in their national trials and again showed up and delivered the goods. And now he is a danger man that going into the 2025 World Championships in September in Tokyo. In his heat, Kenny Bednarek won his heat very comfortably in a time of 9.95. But what was very surprising in the semi-finals is when we see not only that Kenny Bednarek won it in 9.90, but Courtney Lindsay came 7th in about 10.06, and that was shocking and not expected. But in the final, which I'll show you in a minute, there is a different story. Somebody didn't expect this. At the Grand Slam track in Jamaica, the opening, Kenny Bednarek took the win in 10.07, and when he went to Miami, he took it in 9.79. This time it was wind aided, and he was so happy he couldn't stop running. He was just running all over on the tracks. I mean, he just felt so happy. Of course it was wind assisted. And then Kenny Bednarek at the Philadelphia meet, he won it again at the Grand Slam track meet, and this time he was in good form and won it in 9.86. So we know that Kenny Bednarek was a good talent. He has taken the silver medal a few times over the 200 meter, and I've said it on many occasions on other videos that I'd featured him on my channel. So if you haven't seen those videos, go onto the channel and watch those videos. But Kenny Bednarek made it absolutely clear that he was frustrated and he is tired of losing.
Tired of losing?
Well, he is winning now and not losing. People, do the right thing now. Many of you are not subscribing. Come on, people, do the right thing, man. Like up the video, subscribe to the channel, and share on all your social media platforms. Thank you. Now back to Kenny Bednarek and what he achieved at the USA trials. So Kenny Bednarek gets a good start. He's already up on the athletes, but look, second from his right, Courtney Lindsay started to make his march, started to work at this stage. Kenny Bednarek is still leading, and Courtney Lindsay took the second. This was the guy who ran 10.06 in the semi-final and came 7th, and he came back in the final and took the second place in 9.82. So well done to Courtney Lindsay. So this is how it went down. So Kenny Bednarek took the win in 9.79. Second was Courtney Lindsay in 9.8 to a personal best. Timar McCollum 9.83, a personal best. Trevon Bromell 9.84. I call him the 9.84 man because that's the time he tends to run very often. And Christian Coleman out of it in 9.86. Wow. And this is what Kenny had to say after the race. Watch this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the time. I'm happy with the performance. I definitely have a way more in the tank. I already knew I was in this type of shape. And like I said, I just needed to let one rip, and I did. The only thing I would say is that I started cramping in the middle of the race. In both caps, I was cramping, so I know there's a lot more in the tank.
Did you just hear that? Kenny saying a cramp up in the middle of the race. Kenny was cramping up in the middle of the race and ran 9.79. Wow. And now he's saying there's more in the tank. Is Kenny trying to send a psychological warning to his competitors? Wow. Kenny, what caused you to cramp?
And for me, like I was telling you guys before, I haven't been racing in a minute, so I think, just nerves, everything, and just trying to just do something I haven't done before. But yeah, like I said, I know I had a lot more in the tank, so just on to the next one.
Move on to the next one. But what Kenny revealed further down into this interview will shock you.
I don't know if Courtney's gone through here, but he said the same thing. He had a cramp, so kind of just managing that throughout the race. So like I said, with that, I'm happy with the performance.
9.79 and 9.82 respectively, and both were cramping. Wow, this is unbelievable. Did you hear that? Kenny said he knew he could go faster than that. Had it not been for the cramping, then who knows how fast he would have run.
Happy with it. Like I said, I knew that I was capable of running that time, and like I said before, with having a cramp in the middle and not being able to push the way I wanted to towards the end, I know I have something way faster than that. The whole race, I mean, my body feels great. Like, it's not like I ran out of my body. I feel like I can go again. My calves were a little crampy, but like I said, I feel great.
Kenny said he felt great, and no one expect any different given the form that he has been in, running all those races at the Grand Slam track. And here comes the catalyst to which I've talked about earlier that propelled Kenny Bednarek in Jet's view to make him so competitive and running such fast races. Here he just talked about it. Watch this.
I came in first race at Grand Slam, winning in Jamaica. That was the moment where I just started thinking about being the national champion. I just need to have that confidence, and I just need to make sure just to execute my race. Every single time I step on the track, I just compete against whoever's there and just beat them. And that's the moment when I started thinking. I think from the beginning of the season, I ran against high-class athletes pretty much throughout this whole season. I've been doubling pretty much the whole season, and I've been winning every single race. So yeah, it started then.
Yes, sky is the limit for Kenny Bednarek, and he's talking about running up against high-class athletes. But Kenny Bednarek, your work will be cut out when you come up against, yes man, Jamaica's Kishian Thompson. So it's not going to be an easy ride for Tokyo.
After we do the 200, I got Poland and maybe Lausanne, and then after that we're heading to Tokyo. Damn time, Been second for a very long time, and like I said, I always knew I had the capability of doing it, but I just had to believe in myself. And this year, I feel like I started living up to my expectations. I would say my first year. I was kind of green and everything, and I really thought I had it. I was going throughout, the 200 and all that stuff, but like I said, I lost. And
now there you have it. This is the man that said,
tired of losing.
Now he's winning, and winning with some fast times. So what is your view? Do you see Kenny Bednarek as a serious contender at the World Championships in Tokyo against Noah Lyles and Kishian Thompson? Or do you think that Kenny only good over the 200 meter, and when it comes to the 100 meter, facing these big top guns, he might freeze up and going back to losing streak? Write your comments below, man, and let's have a discussion about this. For those of you who've forgotten to subscribe, please remember to touch the like button, smash the subscribe button, touch up the bell, and remember to share with your friends and family. So here we are going now. We are going to jet off,